So after a few attempts in Japan and Korea, we also focused our business of the entry into Hong Kong and Singapore. Hong Kong and Singapore are extremely interesting markets because it's truly this vision of shop till you drop, a strong appetite for local consumer, for the whole shopping and department store area, but also it is representing a true hub for travelers. And travelers also become a big focus for Kipling. So we have truly been developing these cities as true cities for shopping, trying to recruit travelers, but also local consumers. So Hong Kong in particular was extremely interesting because it geographically already represents a bridge to the Chinese market. When Hong Kong also started to open to China travelers, it started to expand very fast. Especially also as the rise of the middle class and Chinese nationals being able to acquire a passport could enter Hong Kong. It represented a huge opportunity for all brands and also, of course, also to Kipling. At some stage, the Chinese consumer represented 70% of sales in Hong Kong. Also, what is very interesting that Chinese, also when they travel, have this drive and appetite for social status, and also are one of the highest spenders in the world when they travel. So we highly developed our model there in department store, but also standalone stores to have this truly retail experience for local, but also for international shoppers. Given the sheer size of China, when we started to enter the market, we had to rely a lot on partners in order to expand into tier 1 cities and also make sure that we follow the real estate development across all of China. These partners helped us also to work around regulations that were actually quite complicated to start to do business with. On the other hand, we also worked with shopping malls that started to expand and truly mushroom through all the tier 1 cities. And as soon as department stores and chains entered, that were actually quite strong shopping heaven, also on a model of the Japan, but also on the Western countries, we followed the trend. Our major focus was tier 1 cities, especially Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen, but slowly developed throughout the rest of the country. Then, of course, if once the partners developed, it was also quite an interesting learning because there were some good partners and less professional partners. So there was a whole evolution there where we started to take some business back and also change partners to make sure that we have the right expansion and the right model that really corresponds to where we wanted to bring the Kipling brand on the long term. As such, also when when we joined VF, we used the platform in Shanghai and also the location there in terms of headquarters in order to further develop regionally, but also prepare and develop our entry into China. If we also look at the partners, what becomes key is, of course, the whole retail experience. Being a partner or being in a shopping mall, when a consumer enters the POS, we wanted to have the same experience as any consumer would have in our own Kipling store. So helping the partners also to develop this customer experience that is truly what Kipling is standing for, we had to work very closely with the partners to make sure that we have exactly the same experience wherever the consumer would shop.